Hi, I'm Allison Prior, and I teach acrylic paintings for the beginner, step by step in real time, so you can follow along with me. Today I'm going to show you how to paint this beautiful parrot in easy techniques. Let's get started. So all you need for this painting are a few nice brushes, nice sable or synthetic brushes. And this one here is a size 12. It's a Filbert, but you can use a flat. And this one here is a liner brush. And I got another liner brush, a smaller one. And I also have a flat brush, and that's probably a size 8. And I have another very small flat brush, and that's a size 0. Okay, so now you use those brushes, and you also need your primary colors of red, yellow, and blue. And I have some green and black and white. I don't need brown actually, but your primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, are very important, and green, because, and we need white, because the main colors are the green and the yellow and the red. I got a bit of black in the eye there, so you need a bit of black. Oh, and what I think we'll do is we'll do our background first. We could draw the bird out first and then do the background, but it's harder working around the bird. But you will get more vibrant colors if you leave your canvas white and then paint your background. Okay, but I'm going to do it. With the background first. So what I'm going to do is I want to use some complementary colors. So because it's greens, we need some reds in there. I like the blue background. I want to make kind of a skyish background. You can use any kind of background you want, but use complementary colors of green, which will be some reds. Just some red on the face, so you don't want too much red around this area. You probably would want to go with the greens. So I'm just going to put some complementary colors in there. Yellow and purple are complementary to each other. So I'm just going to try and fit in some of those colors to complement the bird. So I'm going to start off with some blue, and I'm just going to put some blue on there. So just put your blue on, and make sure that your brush is a bit damp, so it'll move for you. And we'll just keep on keeping on. So we'll start with the blue, and I'm just going and filling up the space. And what I'll do is I'm going to add some red to that now, so I can get some of those complementary colors in, the purples and reds. I'm going to add a bit of white, brighten up a little bit. So you go ahead and do whatever you want, but just think about the complementary colors. Think about what colors are on the parrot, and think about, you know, if it would complement the colors, to complement each other. Okay? I want to go with some blues, because I want to have kind of like a sky in the background, or you know, or just something that looks nice. I'm not really concerned. The background is not my main focus. It's the beautiful, big, colorful bird, and I don't want the background to distract from it either. So I'm just going to put some kind of colors on. You can have a mottled background if you want. So you're tapping on colors like we did before in my other videos. And let's see, what else do we need here? Some more blue. Maybe we'll make the center a little later, so that when we put the bird on, then the colors will be more vibrant. How's that? So let's see. So we're going to need probably a bit of space there in the middle. Okay. So brighten it up with some white and some blue. And good. So we'll lighten up the center here, like I say, so we have some nice vibrant colors from the bird. All right. Good. just get that on there. Add a bit of water to your paint if it won't move. And we have to do some touch-ups with the background after. I mean, you could even change your mind. You can even put some different colors, you know, add some new colors to it when you get it done, and you see you have your bird on there and it looks really nice. Okay, that's where the head is. We don't want too much red over there because we don't want it to take away from the beak and the head. So we'll just take a bit of white, brighten that up. More of a purplish color, which is kind of nice. There we go. That's pretty. We don't want all the same colors. White is going to be your friend because white will take the colors and make them jump. Alright. So lots and lots of white, even if you have the... So we're going to have some color up here. Here. Good. Just going up and down. You want to make the colors, if you're doing it my way, if you're trying to blend the colors, just go up and down long strokes. Because if you do little strokes like that, you're just going to get a mess more than anything. So you want to keep those colors, so get your brush nice and wet, but not dripping. Okay, like I just did. Alright. See, some of this is starting to dry, so let's put some white paint on here so it won't dry too much. It dries pretty fast. It's acrylics. The canvas is 11 by 14. And... ooh, some green. So we got some green. Why don't we put a little bit of green up by the head there? That way it'll complement the red. Talking about complementary colors. There we go. That should complement the beak because it's the opposite on the color wheel, and you will be complementary to your reds. So what I'm trying to show you is the green is going to be complementary to the purples, the red's going to be complementary to the greens, and the yellows are complementary to the purple, and the green is complementary to the reds. I thought I said purple twice. So let's keep it going. Good. And lots of white so that it moves for you. And if you can't get it to move, then use magic. Some mist. And it's magic. Let's go. Good. Alright. I'm going to clean this up in here. Good. Keep it going till you get it all done. Nice background. Whatever your background, whatever you want it to be yourself, okay? Good. Keep putting it on there. Make your background really pretty so you're happy with it. But like I said, we don't want it to be so wild that it's going to take away from your beautiful, colorful bird, okay? I'm going to call it a parrot, I guess. We'll call it a parrot. It can be whatever you want it to be. It could be just a colorful fantasy bird if you want it. Yep, be whatever you want it to be. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to let that dry, and then I'm going to transfer. So you draw out your parrot on a piece of paper because you don't want to try and draw it on your canvas, because if it don't come out right, you're going to be really frustrated trying to redo and redo. So do it on paper first, and if you can't draw and you can't get it the way you want it, then just print off a parrot, or I can probably send you the one I'm doing. That's what I'll do. I'll send you, just email me at allisonpriorart@yahoo.com, and I will send you the sketch that I did, and then you can print it off and put it on your canvas. Alright, so now let's let that dry. Now all you have to do is take a piece of paper and draw out your parrot, and then transfer that to your canvas. And all you need is some carbon paper and your sheet where you drew your parrot and tape it on with some tape. And that's just tape that you use for painter's tape, so that won't stick to your canvas and tear up your canvas. So then you just go ahead and take that off when you have it drawn. And then when you have it drawn on your canvas, now you're ready to start painting. So all you need for this painting are a few nice brushes, nice sable or synthetic brushes. And this one here is a size 12. It's a Filbert, but you can use a flat. And this one here is a liner brush. And I got another liner brush, a smaller one. And I also have a flat brush, and that's probably a size 8. And I have another very small flat brush, and that's a size 0. Okay, so now you use those brushes, and you also need your primary colors of red, yellow, and blue. And I have some green and black and white. I don't need brown actually, but your primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, are very important, and green, because, and we need white, because the main colors are the green and the yellow and the red. I got a bit of black in the eye there, so you need a bit of black. Need brown, I'm sorry, we do need brown for a little post down here. So I do need brown, very good. And white. So now what we'll do is, let me see if I can put that close to it. I wonder would that stay there? Give us a little help. Let's see. That might help a little bit. All right. I think the best place for us to start is on the wing. Let's go with the green. There we go. So just get your Filbert brush or your flat brush, and the biggest one you have there, and start putting on some green. Let's just do that first. Start with the biggest area first. Good. So that's all we need. It's green. We'll be adding other colors. All right. Oops. You can stay inside the lines, will be alright, but it don't matter really, because we're going to be putting some yellow there, and green, green, green. Let's get all the green on. Yeah, you might go over some of your lines. It's okay. That's okay. Good. Green it is. And we do have some green. Let's pick out all the greens first. Have some green down here on the body. We'll be adding some other colors, so let's just get it started first, okay? So let's get the greens on first. That way we can start seeing the shapes. There we go. There we go. Try to keep your lines if you can, so you can see where you're to. Some greens. Bring the tail down. Bring it down into the tail. Good. Simple as pie. Greens first. Good. That's all we need to do right now. So next we will do some, let's try some yellows. Now I'm going to take this out of here so I can have more room. I know, it's easier to follow it, but here we go. You follow me. Now let's put some yellows on here. Make make sure you can see everything. So get a smaller brush this time. Get your medium flat brush if you have one there. Just get only yellow for now. We'll put the yellow on right here. There we go. Yellow it is. Pretty simple so far, isn't it? Draw it on. Start painting it. Good. Good, good, good. Just some yellow down here. Oh my. Making a noise, aren't I? Lots of bloopers. So we'll just put our, see how the green is sort of mixing in with it? That's fine. Go down into your green a little bit just to make it look like feathers. It's okay for the green to get into the yellow. Make sure we're working wet on wet. Some of it may dry on you, but we'll have to put more paint on. That's okay. That's what we'll do. So now we have some yellow on there with a little bit of green. Good. And next we will put on some red. Let's go with red. Okay, use the same brush that you just used, smaller brush. And we will try and get some red on there. So let's put some red on here. Alright. Telling you guys stay inside the lines and I'm all over the place. Wow. Hey. See, when you're painting you can sit down and get comfortable. When I'm doing videos, I'm standing or I'm trying to lean over and things like that. So that's what's going on here. Good. Well, let's put on some red right here. Around the eye. Down around the yellow while it's still wet. Maybe not. Alright, some red here. And some red back here. Up around the eye. Just putting on the basic colors first. That's the best way to go about this. Let's put some red on the beak. Good. Got the beak going on. Just get that on there. See, that's starting to come to life when you start putting color on there. It starts to come to life. Now what I want to do is I'm going to just wipe off my brush and my tissue and leave it a bit dirty. And I'm going to go into yellow again. And I'm going to put some yellow on top here. But see how, because I left some my brush dirty, I'm picking up some of the red and it's bringing it kind of an orangey color. Isn't that nice? See? Good. So that's the top of the head. Marvelous. Alright. Just going to need some more red here to fix up this side. Now if we go outside the lines and we make a bit of a mess, we can always go back in with the background color and take it out. Alright. So we'll just put the red on first. Clean it up. Okay. Good. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put white around the eye and the beak. So get your smallest brush. Get the smallest brush you can find. And get white. And then we'll put the white on the beak and around the eye. So we'll pick up our white. And we'll put some white in here. We'll be making adjustments as we go along. Let's just get this all on there first. Alright. Good. And around the eye. Cancel out those lines that you made. Just paint over them. Paint over them. Good. And now, get that little liner brush, the smaller one, and get some black paint. And just put some black in the eye. Now I tried making my own black with brown and blue, but it didn't go as black as I wanted it to, so I'm just using black. I want a really deep black. You can use Mars black. Whatever color black you have there is fine. Alright, so let's put on some of the brown color where the parrot is standing. So what you're going to do is find where the parrot is standing and then get some brown on your brush. Just load up your brush, your medium-sized brush or your smaller one, whatever suits the area that you're painting at the time. Okay, just bring that up there. Just extend it to where you want it to go. Could go up here, we can do that. Alright, so we'll just get that on there. We're just doing base coats. There we go. We're just doing a base coat just so we can put everything in place. Alright. Good. And extend that down here. Good. Pick up paint when you need it. Like I said, we'll do adjustments as we go along. Make sure it all matches. Let's extend that there. We will fix all this up. Actually, should have stayed inside, but anyway, here we go. Good. And I think there's some down here. Let's just get something there that he or she is sitting on. There. Good. Now, you would almost say it's done, but it's not. Alright. Okay, so let's make a darker green. Let's work on the green again. And we'll make some darker green by putting green and a little bit of blue to darken your green. Alright. And let's put some dark green on here. Good. Little quick strokes works for me. Pushing it back up into the yellow a little bit just to make it feathery looking. And I'm going to go down here and a little bit up here and a little bit in here and just little quick strokes. And I'm going to skip over this part here and I'm going to move down here. So I need that for the highlight there. Good. And we'll add some more down here. That will separate those two wings. And we'll go down here. And we will go down to back here. Good. So now we will put some more dark green down here. And down here, just to figure out where we are having our wings and everything is going to go. So just pull them back down here and maybe a little bit here. Good. So just trying to get some darks in there. So another bit of dark green. We may have to do several layers, so take a bit of patience. And then we're going to put some dark green, a bit of blue and green, and we'll put some down here for shadows. Good. Just start putting some darks on in different places. So don't have to be exactly like mine. Wherever you think the shadows should go, you can follow along with me, but you can also say, well, I'd rather have some shadow down here further or wherever, okay? But let's just get some shadow color on there. There we go. Good. A little bit of shadow color in here. Not quite as much. I'm just letting whatever I get left on my brush, I'm just moving it on here. Good. See how the dark gives a really nice shadows? I like it. Good. And now what we'll do with the yellow, we're going to work into the yellow with some more yellow. So what we'll do is we'll take our small brush, a small flat brush, and we will take some yellow and we'll work on some yellow. We'll just put another coat of yellow on there. Good. And you can come into the green again. Give it some nice feathered look. See, if you go into the green with your yellow or into the yellow with your green, it gives it that feathery look. That's why it looks like feathers. Because it's a painting, we're not painting, we don't want to do a photograph. We just want to do a painting with color and something that we are really enjoying and sort of making it up as we go along. And I mean, you can do it abstract if you want. You know, don't have to be exactly the same as the picture or as a true to life. Not unless you're into that, and then you would probably want to do something a little different. So that's good. Now, without cleaning your brush, just wipe it off in your tissue and pick up some red, and that will give you an orangey look. And we'll put some of that up here. We're going to go back over this color here, some of an orangey look, a little bit of red and yellow. All right. And probably bring some of that down into this yellow here. There we go. Let's bring a little bit down into the yellow so that it all blends together. Your paint has to be wet to do this. If it dries up on you, we have to use, we have to wet it again. Same with down here. Pick up some orangey color by mixing some yellow, some red, more yellow than red, okay? That'll give it a more orangey look. Okay. And we'll put that here. Good. Now what we'll do is clean our brush off. Just wipe it off in your tissue and pick up some red. We'll go back over the red. Alright, I got some red into the white, but that's fine, that's fine. Alright, let's go with some red up here. We're just going back over what we just did to thicken up the colors and to blend them into the other colors. Blend them out into the other colors. And if you can blend, just little quick strokes works good. Little quick strokes, there we go. Little quick strokes, there we go. Take that red and move it out. If the yellow dries, on you go pick up some yellow and with your dirty brush, and then you can get it to move better. And that way you can get it all to go together into the yellows. Get more yellow because it's getting to be too red, so let's go in with yellow. Okay, I'm just trying to show you blending techniques also. So make sure, as long as your paint is wet, you'll be able to get all this to blend. See? You're going back into your yellow. Those orangey streaks, short strokes. Good. And move your brush around to where you want to go to make adjustments. There we go. I'll clean up that eye now a little while. See how it's starting to blend out really nice? Because everything's wet and you're using all the same colors. You're just adding a little more of this and a little more of that. Alright, let's get some more red on the beak. It's our third coat now. But look, it's starting to come together really nice. There we go. Now, see how pretty that's starting to come out? Isn't that nice? Take your dirty brush with the red on it and a little bit of blue so we can darken up our red. Okay, and then take that at the bottom of the beak so it can make shadow. There we go. Now we add a little bit of that inside here for the other part of the mouth. That's in shadow, so we'll leave that dark. Good. So, clean your brush off, just wipe it off in your tissue. And now that this is still wet, bring this up into the red. So it'll all blend nicely. Good. Excellent. So take some more of that dark red again with the blue. Add a little bit of blue. And just add a little bit here. Just to separate that part of the beak from the white. Alright. If it don't take, just get a little more blue. Clean off your brush if you got too much. Pull it up into the red. Good. And let's add some highlights here. So put a bit of green and a bit of yellow together to lighten up your green. Nice and bright. Now we don't want too much paint on our brush, that's too much. So wipe it off in your tissue so that there's not too much on there. And then start pulling on some highlights. Now I'm turning my brush, I'm not having my brush flat like this, I'm turning it this way on the chiseled edge, and I'm going to make these little quick strokes. Good. Now I'm going to add more yellow than green. We'll just go back and get more yellow instead of green, and we'll go back over that again. We need to lighten that up. You may have to do that a couple of times to get that to lighten up. Little quick strokes. Good. How far down do we want to go with that? There we go. We want to make it round looking, so that's why we're doing this. Good. A few little strokes, leftover paint. Just pull through. Good. Wherever you think it might need it, okay? You don't have to, you have to make some of your own decisions. I know if you're a beginner, it's hard to make your own decisions, because I know I've been there. If I couldn't follow every little step, I was lost. So I understand where you're coming from. But some of the things I might do might be a little complicated. But I'm doing my best to make it as easy as I can for you. I just picked up some more yellow. Went back over that again. Little quick strokes. See, it's starting to highlight there now. Good. And we'll put some highlight down here. Little quick strokes. Don't forget to put your brush on the chisel edge, so you get these nice, see how you're getting those nice sharp lines? See that? Good. Make sure I got some down here. Okay. Now I am going to add some more darker, and I'm going to go back in with more shadows. So brown, blue and green. Make a nice dark green. And we'll go in with some more shadow. Let's go in here with some shadow. More on the blue side. So we can get some shadow here, so we can decide where we want to have the wings. Good. Some more shadow up here. So you're going back and forth with shadows and highlights. Good. But see, you see it, the more you layer it, the nice, it just comes out like so many different colors and so many different things going on. It's really nice. More layers you make on any of your paintings, the better it will look, okay? Good. So take some of that shadow color down into here just to even it out. So it will look like there's just a line between those two. Good. And we'll bring some of this up into, pull it up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Good. So now you got that nice, very nice shadows. So decide where you want more shadow. Get that little tail going on down there. A little tail over here. Okay, wings. The wings. Good. Alright. Now, clean your brush. Let's get the smaller, the medium one. And let's use the chisel edge again. Pick up some yellow. Oh! Pick up some yellow and put that here. And we'll bring that down into the breast. There we go. Get some more yellow. I'm going to add a small bit of green to that. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. And I'm going back into the yellow because it's too flat. And I'm going to bring that down here. Good. See how when you use those small strokes and the chiseled edge of the brush, you're going to get a feathery look. See? Isn't that nice? Let's pick up a little more green. Come on down. Soften that up there. Little short strokes, quick short strokes. See how you're getting that really nice feathery look. Good. Down here. And here. And let's Let's bring some down here. And let's put some more here. Quick strokes. Good. Look how pretty that is. See how pretty that is? Put a little bit on the back of the tail here. And a little bit on the back here. Now, like I said, you don't have to have exactly like mine because I'm doing a lot of different strokes. As long as you get those highlights on and get a few things going on there, you're going to be fine. Good. Now I'm going to take my long liner brush. I'm going to put some white on so I can correct the eye here. As you can see, it needs correction. So I put some red in there by accident. And I'm going to put a little dot of white right there on top of the eye, on top of the black. Alright. See that? And I'm going to correct, so you can do all your corrections. I'll correct this around the beak. Oops. Another correction to make now. A little bit of red here. So I got the white into my red. So I want to make it look nice. So I'm going to keep my liner brush and I'm going to put some highlights on the yellows and the red. So let's start with, let me see. Let's go with some red and some yellow to make kind of orangey look on your liner brush. And a little more yellow, I think. And I'm going to make some streaks. Again, short strokes. And if that don't brighten up, put more yellow on there. So these little short strokes and streaks will give it a feathery look. Okay, so as you're coming in through here, you can move around. Just move around as long as you're going with the shape of the bird. Move in here. If you're moving in here, then pick up a little bit of red. And because you want to keep your red. And if you want to lighten it up a little bit, add a little bit of yellow. So we're going to working with yellow and red just to get some highlights. Good. Because it's still wet, you'll get your red back. You make a decision how red you want it, okay? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just playing around with it until I decide how much red do I want there, how much yellow do I want there. Okay? So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to add more yellow to my dirty brush. I'm going to put on more streaks. Just short, quick strokes. Good. Good. Because it's all wet, you should get a good blend right here. And yellow again. You can pull back in, or depending, see if you're right-handed, you might be working in a different. You might be working on a different side. So make all those strokes. More yellow, dirty brush, so you can pick up some of the reds and yellows. Okay. And just come down on the back here. Good. Go with the shape of the bird. Pick up more yellow. Just make those little streaks and strokes. And add a little bit of white. That might help brighten it up. Okay. If you had to add some white to brighten it up, see? That'll brighten up so you can see what you're doing. Because you want to get a feathered look. Alright. So add some white to your orangey color. See, now you can see it. Keep the shape of the bird. There we go. Even if you have to work back up into it again. So you won't lose the shape. Alright. Let's go with the yellow now. Good, and we'll put on a few more streaks and then we'll do something else. Okay, so pick up some yellow, and it's okay if you get a little bit of red in there or whatever, white. You get a dirty brush, it's fine. Now if your streaks won't move, pick up some water on your brush. Now mine is dripping, I don't want it to drip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap it off in my tissue, not wipe it off, because I want it to be a bit wet so we can get those streaks moving. Okay, more yellow. Good. Good. So the more you layer your painting, the more it just jumps out at you. See those streaks coming through? See how it makes it more feathery looking? Go down into your green. Give it a bit of feather. Good. A little bit down there, just to give it some highlight on the back here. Now my brush needs a little more water to get it moving. I'm going to put some up here, and I'm going to come down here just to get some highlights on the back there. I might go back and forth like this. Okay. Now let's stay at the top of the head there and just get some more yellow. Good, and bring it up around into the red. Now that's probably drying up on you now, so we'll wait until we put the reddish color on our... We'll stay with the yellow for a minute, because we want to get those feather look going around there, but we're going to add some red in a minute. So bring some of these streaks down here. Let's stick with the yellow so you won't get confused. Pick up some yellow. See how it gives it a feathery look? Add a little bit of white to your yellow if it won't show through more. It won't show up as much. There we go. Good. White and yellow. That'll help. Look at that. Look at that. Let's bring a little bit into that green there, just give it a little bit of a feathery look. I want to get it lighter there on the front of the breast, as if there's some light shining on there. Good. A little bit under here. Now, don't forget to get some water if you need it. We don't want it to run, but we don't want... Well, we want it to move. I'm just giving a little bit of a highlight down here, that's all. That's all. Okay. Just pull on a little bit of highlight. Now, up here, I'll move it down there in a minute. So we'll just go down further, and we'll put some down here. There we go. So we'll leave that for now because we want to get into the reds there. So let's go into the red with red and yellow and mix them together. And we'll get a little bit of lines going on here. Get them going back in here so it all blends nicely. Good. Good. So we just want those little lines just to represent. That's all I'm doing this for. You could have left it, you can leave it the smooth, soft look. You don't have to do this. If you just want to leave a nice, smooth, soft look, you can do that. But if you want to look like a few little feathers on there, a little more realistic, you can do it this way. A few little highlights here. So I'm just going back and forth with the yellow and red. Just work with the colors that you're already working with. So we go into the greens, you work with the greens. Reds, work with the reds. Alright, starting to look good. I think so. I think it's good. Alright. It's a little more here. I'm picking up some green. We're working with the greens now. You clean your brush and get some green. Good. And because we need some yellow to brighten up that green, just a couple of quick strokes. I'm not going to put too much on there. Little strokes, short strokes with your liner brush. Good. Back and forth with the, if you put too much yellow on, just go back and put some more green in there. Now we'll go with the green, put a few, get the little bit of blue and green, so make it dark, darker green, and a bit of yellow to lighten it up so that we can see what we're doing here. So it's just a few little, we don't want to lose that shadow, just a few little strokes, not much. Good. Alright, if you've got any trouble with this, because it is a little more complicated, you know, I mean it's not complicated, but it's a little more tedious, we'll call it, I suppose. And if you've got any problems, you can always email me or leave a comment, and I will do my best to help you. I've had people email me, and I helped them through their paintings and gave them advice. When they showed me pictures of their paintings, and then asked me, you know, if something was, if they couldn't do something following the video, like their clouds didn't come out the same, or something wasn't happening that they wanted to happen, then I would tell them how to do it, or I'd help them along. So that's looking good. I think we're going to leave that, because there's lots more you can keep doing and keep doing it and keep doing it. But I'm not, because I'm doing a video, I'm going to let you make decisions on where you want your shadows. All you're looking for is shadows and highlights, okay? That's all you're looking for. If you're going to keep putting on these little strokes, just look for shadows and highlights. Alright, and now we're going to work on the branch. Okay, so now the branch is brown. Just add some more brown so we can fill it out and straighten it up. Good. I'm only using my flat brush. Okay, just a medium size flat brush so that it fits in with the branch. And I'm bringing it down by the claw. Good. And it goes right here. And this part here shouldn't be there, because unless I extend these claw, but I think I'm gonna clean that up and just show you how I do it. I think, you know, let's see, maybe we'll make it wider. It can be as wide as you want it to be. I wanted a thinner one than that, but I messed up. Well, here goes another one of my mistakes. But I'm going to continue on. I don't want to stop the video and then fix it, and then you're like, how did you do that? And I'll be like, it's magic. Okay. Now, and then I just got to extend it down to here, and here, and in here. It must be in here and here. Okay. We have to do some touch-ups to the bottom of the tail there. Let's just get this done first. So, what you're going to do now with your dirty brush is you're going to add a bit of white. So it's brownish white, beige color. We'll just add a bit of light color on top here just to... Good. I think I'm going to put brown on my brush, and I'm going to bring up this other one here. give it a bit of interest. Yeah. When that dries, we'll give it a second coat. Well, guess it's interesting. Okay. So when that dries, we'll go back over that. Now I'm going to add, you can use the same brush. Use the same brush you were just using. I'm going to add some white. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe that off my tissue so I don't have very much white on there. And I'm just going to drag that over the top of here. And it's better to do this when it's dry. So we'll do this again after. I just wanted to show you that it's a bit shadow down here, so we don't worry about that too much. And we're just going to put some more white. Clean it off in your brush. Put some white here. Okay. And I'm going to give it a little bit of red on top here, just for color. Good. And we're going to get this darkened up. And that dries. While we're waiting for that to dry, let's fix up that tail. Just get your flat brush again and get some green, a little bit of blue, just so that we can straighten up that. There we go. Just need a pointy end on there. Pretty simple. A little bit here, and we'll just add a little bit here, and we'll just go over this with, as a fence, as it's not a fence. What is it? Branch. There we go. See how you can fix things up? When that dries a little bit, then we'll come in and straighten those tails out a little bit. And do some more. Okay. So let's take a small brush. Let's fill this in here with a bit of a beigey color. There we go, and a little bit of brown, a little bit of red, a little bit of white. I think I'm going to use those colors. A little bit of brown, a little bit of white, a little bit of red, and I'm going to use those colors. I'm just going to put that here on the claw. All right. Good. And we'll highlight that now with some white. Bit of white on a dirty brush, just wipe it off in your tissue. And then we'll get our liner brush then for those little teeny weeny nails. Let's put some brown and blue together. A little bit of brown, a little bit of blue, just to get the claw down here as he's grabbing on for dear life. Digging in. Good. So it's too much on the blue side, just get some brown. See, the post is brown, so let's see a couple of mistakes I made there now. They have to be adjusted. And we'll just get that going there. And what we'll do, so you can see the claw, add a little bit of highlight on the edge here. On the right side. There we go. And that way you'll be able to see the claw. Alright. Good. Now I'm just going to put my see where I went outside here. I'm just going to put a little bit of that color back in. Good. Straighten up around the head here, make it rounder. See, there's lots of things you can do. Good. I'm going to add more white to brighten that up. You may not need to do this because you probably didn't make those mistakes. So you don't have to do these things if you don't need to. More white. Good. At least you can see that if you how to fix things if there's certain things you don't like or want to take out. Now it gets, if you do this a lot, you know, in one painting, it gets kind of monotonous and tiring, and so if you can avoid making mistakes like that, then that would be great, because you won't be wasting time or fiddling around too much with certain things in the painting. So you just move on. So that's an easy fix, a quick fix. Good. So now what we're going to do is finish off the branch, and then we will call it finished. Okay. That wasn't so hard, now was it? So a few little things I want to do before I hit with the branch. I'm going to get some the blue and red together, like a dark purplish color, and I'm just going to clean up this in here. Okay. Alright, and then I want to add a little bit of a highlight on my, I just wiped my brush off in my tissue. I'm just going to add a little bit of highlight here. And what else? I should do it for that. Alright, so now I'm going to work on the branch. So the branch, I'm going to add some white to my brush. And that's it. And I'm going to wipe it off of my tissue. And I'm going to scrape on some of my white here. Just give it a little bit of a boost. There we go. Good. And so I'm just putting a little highlight over my branch, but I don't want to lose a bit of white. Wipe off my brush. I don't want to lose the dark. Okay, so I'm just putting short. This video is more about short, quick strokes. You know, some of my videos are tap, 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 tap. But this one is more about short, quick strokes. So, then we're going to add more white here. There we go. Same thing, a few strokes. Good. Blend that in there so it looks like it's part of that tree. Add a bit on the top. Good, 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 good. Can you see that? Let's see if I can get in closer for you. Now this time, I'll put a little bit underneath here. Because the light might be coming in through this way, so let's see where the light bounces off is where you want to put your highlights. Now take your liner brush and take some black and brown, or brown and blue, black and brown and blue if you want, anything as long as it's a nice dark color, but more on the brown side. Alright, and what you're going to do is you're going to take your liner brush and just pull in some of these dark areas. Whoops, there I go again. There I go again. Just to make it look like wood. That's all. Just to make it look like wood. And if your brush won't move, just add a bit of water. Okay, nice dark color. Okay, good. A little bit up here. So it gives it kind of like some wood in there. Good. And then, if you want to, just a couple more highlights, and then I'm going to call it finished, I think, because I don't want to make the video too long. So a little bit of white. I'm just going to, a few quick strokes of white on top of those blacks, just to bring them out a little bit. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think I'll call it finished. Now there's lots more you can do if you want to keep playing around with it. But I think, all in all, that's pretty nice. Nice, colorful, we'll call it a parrot. Looks like a baby parrot. But I think that's really nice. You could do, if you want to look at it and you say, well, I need this and I need that, well, just go into only your green first, and then, you know, if you need some extra highlights, just get a brush that can give you some nice thin strokes, quick strokes. Yeah. And then you can just add a few little highlights here and there, and you go back and forth until you're happy. Just so you can see that tail. That's what I was thinking here. So I'm going to call this finished, and if you want to leave a like or comment, or you need any help with this, or you need a copy of what I drew, if you need that, just let me know and I'll send it to you by email. And that's it. So I will see you guys in the next video. Allison Prior signing off. Well, thank you very much for painting along with me, and I hope you enjoyed that painting. And if you liked this video, then you can subscribe so you can get more free videos. And you can like, share if you could, if you think it could help other people. And if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments section below. And or you can email me at allisonpriorart@yahoo.com. So I'll see you in the next video.